Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. Today, we have a Legendary Max video on the Extremophile 011, or the Extremophile 11, however you want to say it. It is the Dead Orbit auto rifle. I got this to drop like day 2 of Rise of Iron, and it became a very Swiss Army knife weapon for me. It could do a lot of things very well, so I used it in a lot of PvE and PvP. It has since been retired to the vault because I've gotten better guns, but I might pull this back out. I don't know. It's still very, very good. Keep it on different characters. Keep it around for certain situations. But it's a very, very good all-around auto rifle. So what I like to do in my Legendary Max videos is talk about a gun in Destiny. We'll go over the base stats. Then we'll take a look at the talents that I have on mine. Then we'll talk about PvE performance. Then we'll talk about PvP performance. I'll give arbitrary grades, and at the end I'll let you know if I think it's a fun gun or not. And fun gun just means, do I like it? Am I going to keep using it? So the Extremophile 011 or 11 reads an auto rifle modified by Dead Orbit's superb technicians and specialists. Its primary stats, it's got a rate of fire of 88, impact 8. It's that 88-8 auto rifle archetype, mid-tier, kind of like the old Iron Banner auto rifle that did get a buff in the 2.4 update, so it is a very solid gun now. So it's the 88-8 rate of fire impact, range is 27, stability 55, reload 73, mag size 44. No, mag size is 33. I don't know why it's telling me mag size is 44. Optics 15, equip speed 78, aim assist 71, recoil direction is 47. So it's a very, very solid gun. I'm reading the primary stats off of Destiny Tracker's database. I usually look at Planet Destiny, but they've got some nice little integration with Destiny Item Manager that I use, so it's really nice just to pop on over and grab that. But it is a very good middle rate of fire, middle impact, tiered auto rifle. Now my Extremophile came with some pretty good talents. This is one I got to drop. This is not the vendor version. We'll take a look at the vendor version in just a second. But mine has the reflex scope, which I actually really, really like. The sure shot, which is that little circular ring, and then the OEG, which is that small rifle scope. I really like the reflex. For some reason, I just like the way that scope looks. But mine came with armor-piercing rounds, lightweight, small bore, spray and play, and persistence. Now, out of the box, this gun has pretty okay stability, but I really, on my auto rifle like this, I want a little bit more stability, so I was glad it came with small bore and persistence. Makes it a gun that, as you're fighting, as you're holding the trigger, gets more and more accurate, and it's more and more controllable. So, if we take a look at the vendor version, it's okay. It's not as good, I think, as the one I've got, but it's one of those auto rifles that's the right archetype. It does have persistence, but it's got hip fire, hot swap, perfect balance, armor piercing. So it's actually very good. Almost the same where mine has persistence and small bore. This one has perfect balance. So you would not do wrong to go with this one. The hip fire could be very useful in PvE situations where a guy gets too close. So definitely a good gun. I can recommend it. The one I've got is very similar. But let's get into some PvE and PvP performance. And PvE is the main focus I had with this gun. At the time I was still doing story missions, running strikes, doing Archon's Forge, doing stuff that's, you know, out in the PvE landscape. So I was having a lot of fun using this gun. It filled a void of being a very useful weapon for a lot of different things. And it's one of those guns that it's kind of a sit back, relax, and just hold the trigger. Because it's an auto rifle, it's a mid-tier auto rifle, it's got a decent sized mag, and it's got decent accuracy, so I can hit stuff right in that mid-range, fulfill the role that I wanted it to play. And so I got it at a good time. It kind of took the place of my New Monarchy auto rifle that was a high rate of fire, a little bit hard to control, that auto rifle, but this one was much easier to control. Good middle of the road gun. It's one of those guns that doesn't look amazing, and then when you use it you're like, it's not amazing, but dang, it's useful. So it's one of those guns you can just kind of rely on to be consistent with. So that's why I liked using it. I still like using it. So in PvE, it was really good. Groups of enemies, lower level enemies, you get the headshots pretty easily. Take the guys out. PvP. It was a very solid gun. I didn't use it a whole lot in PvP just because at this point I have other guns that I think are better performers. But the talents on it and the base stats make it a very solid performer. Again, like I said, like I always say, if you like using auto rifles in Crucible, you'll enjoy this gun. Most mid rate of fire, mid impact auto rifles are pretty solid in the Crucible. I didn't see too much success, but I didn't feel like it was under tiered or not as good. So it was a good gun. If you get one with a lot of stability, it'll do you better in PvP than anything else. I think I always like a lot of stability on my auto rifles. Counterbalance and brace frame is always a thing that I enjoy in an auto rifle, just because it helps keep it. It helps my user error be limited to a smaller range, because I just don't. I'm not the quickest. I'm not the fastest, and I'm not the most stable. So it's good to have a gun with a lot of help. But it's not going to ever be the top tier with those types of talents, just because it's making up for the things that you don't have, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, PvP, it was good, solid B. PvE, solid B. So is it a fun gun? I don't know. It's a little bit of a fun gun. It may not be the funnest gun I've ever used, but it's a little bit. It doesn't have like that something that would make it absolutely a fun gun to me. Like if it sounded cool, or if it looked awesome, or if I just had to use it because it's so cool. That's kind of what makes it a fun gun to me. So this one, not a fun gun, but a cool gun and a solid gun. But what do you guys think? Are you using the Extremophile? Do you like it? What are your roles? And what other auto rifles are you using right now? What's your favorite auto rifle? Let me know in the comments, and I'll take a look at it if I can. That's where I get a lot of my ideas and suggestions. It really does come through. And I really am like, oh, they want to see that gun. I'll do it. So until then, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, share the video if you want to help the channel grow, because that really does help, because I know if you made it to this point in the video, you're a very nice person. And I do appreciate you. So until next time, I'm Death from Above, and I will see you later. See ya, bye.